Hi, I'm Christine Hassler, and I'm a life coach, author, and speaker dedicated to helping people answer the questions, who am I, what do I want, and how do I get it? And one of my greatest passions as a coach is supporting people in manifesting their dreams. And if you're watching this, you probably have a dream of becoming a life coach, counselor, author, and speaker, and really building that as a successful, thriving business that supports your dreams and also supports you financially. You know, I'm often asked how I built my business. I have 2 books published, I have a thriving life coaching practice, I speak in the college, corporate, and personal growth markets, and I'm a spokesperson for a national brand. How did I do it? Well, it wasn't easy, and it took over 7 years to do it. But along the way, I've learned some really critical things, and I want to share those things with you. I want to give you structure and shortcuts so that when you're building your business, you can avoid some of the mistakes that I made, learn some skills that you don't learn often in your life coaching training program or your counseling program. You know, we learn the gifts, we learn the skills for how to help people, but we often don't learn how to be successful business people. And I want to offer you that structure. And also share with you what I call my quarter plan, which is a plan I use myself that really transformed my business and launched me from doing this as sort of a part-time thing, maybe this will turn into something, to really stepping forward and treating this as a business and creating a thriving business that supports me not only financially, but also supports my heartfelt dreams. So now I want to reveal to you the quarter plan, and really looking at my business in these 4 ways transformed things for me. So the first one is being the expert. Well, what do I mean by this? When I first started, my first book was tailored towards people in their 20s, and I have stayed in that niche. And people have often said to me, why are you niching yourself? Isn't that limiting? No, having a niche is great because it allows you to be the expert in something. It separates you from other life coaches, counselors, authors. When you can be the expert in a certain area, you become the go-to person, and you can go very, very deep in that area. So we're going to be looking at going deep and narrow versus not staying kind of surfacey and going really wide. And how we're going to support this is you're going to have a project. And you're going to really discern what that project is in our first monthly meeting. You're going to work on that throughout the 6 months. And that project is going to be a physical thing you're going to complete. It can be a book. It can be a workshop. It can be a blog. You're going to decide. But that project is going to be your calling card that says, here is my product that makes me the expert in this. Okay, number 2 is network. You know, one thing that's hard about this work that we do is we're not working in a big company. We're by ourselves most of the time. And sometimes we go into over-responsibility and we think that we're very, very alone. So why I wanted to create this mastermind group is, first of all, to give you a network of your peers, to get you a network of people that you can go through this process together and really bond and support each other and coach each other. You're also going to have access to my network. Over the 7 years, I've built some incredible relationship with some big-time players in the world, and I'm going to be recording interviews with them that you're going to have access to. We may even have a few surprise guest speakers come in. We're also going to look at your current network and coach you on how you can expand it. What groups do you need to get involved in? What professional organizations do you need to get involved in? Do you know how to network? We're even going to do some role playing where you're selling yourself and you're talking about what you do. Because networking is more than having Facebook friends. Networking is that person-to-person content. And you want to make sure that when you are networking, you're doing it in a way that always is networking not only yourself, but your business and your gifts. Okay, number 3 is execute. Now, this is the tough one because those of us who are in the life coaching and teaching professions, we love healing, we love being with the people, we love kind of doing the non-tangible things. But when it comes to the tangible, like the bookkeeping and the blogging and the release forms and all that, it can sometimes feel overwhelming. So execution is really important. Keeping our word with ourselves is really important. And the way we're going to support you in doing this is going to be a course with a curriculum. You're going to have homework, you're going to have accountability, you're going to have check-ins. And we're going to go through different structures so that you can take something that feels overwhelming and break it down into small, manageable steps. And I'm also going to be talking a lot about how to execute your business as a business. Part of what we have to learn as coaches and speakers and authors is to separate ourselves from our business. So we'll be doing a lot of execution on that level as well. And then number 4 is evaluate, right? We need check-ins. We need to know how we're doing. You're going to do this in 2 main ways. You're going to have a smaller group that you meet with on a weekly basis. We have our big group that comes together once a month, and a smaller group that you meet with on a weekly basis, where you're checking in with each other. You're putting stuff out there, you're testing it, you're getting evaluations not only from your potential clients, but also from the people in your group. You're also going to have access to coaching sessions with me. You're going to get 2 hours of one-on-one focused coaching with me every week, as well as weekly support emails. So what's going to be so great about this 6-month program is we're going to get a lot of feedback, both from the universe, both from external feedback, but also from each other. So that the things you're developing, you're not developing them in a vacuum. You know, that was one of the things that was such a learning line for me. I would do these things, and I would think that they were good, and I would think that they would make sense, and then I'd go out and try to market them, and it'd be like flatline. I didn't have any way to evaluate what I was doing, and I didn't have anyone to bounce my ideas off of. And I also was doing things and kind of throwing things out there and not course correcting along the way and not looking back and learning from my experiences. So this evaluation is going to be an important part too. And this is just like the tip of the iceberg. I'm just giving you a taste. I have so much to share in each of these areas, but I assure you, if you start relating to your business in a different way, and I'm sure you're already doing this, I'm sure as I'm talking, ideas are already coming in about what you're doing that's not working, and what you could be doing differently, and what possibilities could unfold if you had a bigger network and you had the support. So really think about being the expert. How are you already doing this? What's your network like now? How are you executing, and how are you evaluating? And imagine the potential and the possibilities if you really focused on these even more. So that was just a taste. I have so much more planned that I'm excited to share with you. If this resonates with you and you are truly ready and committed to building your business, I encourage you to apply soon. We're only selecting a very, very small group of people so that we can really have a powerful experience. You can go to the website, christinehassler.com/mastermind for more details about the curriculum and the structure of the course. Email me with any questions that you have. You can also set up a time to talk. I look forward to meeting you and to masterminding with you and helping you build your business. Until then, I am Christine Hassler, reminding you to be positive, be present, and be open to possibility.